if we don't start opening our eyes up and preparing for things that are happening financially, we've got to be prepared for that. Having a combination of all things, not putting your eggs in one basket, it will work better in the long term.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Prepper podcast, and today I'm joined by Kris, the CEO at PrepCoin. First of all, before we go into PrepCoin, Kris, let's get to know you just a little bit. First question I ask everybody on this podcast is, are you a prepper? Do you class yourself as a prepper?
I do now. I never used to be honest. It's only the last few years that I've really got into it. Seeing what's happening with the world really recently. I've just been researching. A lot of my friends are also in the same boat. We keep on just watching channels like yourself. And just researching. So I think getting prepared as it stands. Yeah.
So it wasn't an individual event or anything like that. It's just general because of the state of the world at the moment.
Yeah.
You thought it's good to start.
Yeah, it was mainly to do with food shortages and that sort of thing, and the financial systems. I was mainly looking at and thinking that if we don't start opening our eyes up and preparing for things that are happening, then it's going to be rubbish.
Yeah, pretty much. It's about maintaining a quality of life and stuff like that. So you're quite relatively new to prepping and stuff like that, but I assume you're going down the core, like food, water, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, PrepCoin is financial based. So is financial collapse and the collapse of the current currency something that you consider could happen in this country?
Yeah, especially with the way things are now with interest rates, the digital ID, especially being mentioned the last couple of weeks. I think financially, we've got to be prepared for that, and with the banks as well, keeping hold of people's money. I saw someone with Revolut the other day; they had their money froze for no reason at all. So it's this sort of thing that I'm preparing for really as well.
Yeah, yeah. And most preppers, when it comes to financial preps, obviously their first port of call is things like gold and silver and tactile things. I mean, personally, the value of a tin of beans is going to be more than a gold coin where if times are really, really bad, if it's really hit the fan.
Yeah.
But why digital currency is, I suppose, the general question. When it's probably an uphill battle to convince a lot of preppers that it's a good idea.
Yeah, but the way we're thinking of it is that I hold gold and silver myself. I also own some shares, but I also been researching now for 5 years on cryptocurrency and the usage of it. And I think having a combination of all things, not putting your eggs in one basket, it will work better in the long term.
Yeah.
With cryptocurrency as well, because it's on a blockchain, which means it's not owned by the whole network isn't owned by one person, like banking.
Yeah.
You can use it to trade between yourselves without involving them or the governments and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I mean, how does that play into, let's play devil's advocate for the government. Obviously, the digital ID for me is one step before centralized digital currency. How does like blockchain and Bitcoin and PrepCoin and things like this, how does that play into that system? Is it just something beyond their control?
It is partially. They are trying to companies, big institutions like BlackRock and big banks are buying a lot of Bitcoin at the moment. So we've tried to make in something that they can't own themselves, but it's owned by yourself because you keep it in your own personal wallet. So you add into the chain yourself. So you form a part of the blockchain. So the currency, the PrepCoin currency that you would own, it would be yours and no one else's. Whereas if you have money in the bank owns it. You don't. They can freeze it whenever they want.
You're right. Right. And I mean, I suppose again, to be devil's advocate here for the audience, is what stops somebody at PrepCoin freezing it, or what stops it? You know, banks kind of back your money. People have as false as it is, people do have a trust in them.
Yeah. We've got myself. I'm the co-founder, Andrew Price, of Dry Bushcraft. We own a percentage of the share. We own 10% of our own. All the rest is in liquid form then. So it's owned. We don't own it. It's locked up in, could I say, a trust. It's locked away on the blockchain. And we don't have we can't touch it ourselves. It's locked away by, at the moment, it's in pre-sale. So it's locked away by Presale, and they're the company who are running the pre-sale.
Right.
Once it's out of there, which as this is going out, it'll be in 2 days' time, then it's up on the open market for everyone to buy. When you purchase it, then it goes into your direct wallet that only you will have the keys for. So no one else can own it.
Right.
So we can't just run away with the money. All our share of it is locked away for at least 365 days, which means that we can't take people's money and just run off.
Right.
I've also
for people. So just the audience I know my audience, and some of them it was like I had to hold the hand guiding them through downloading Discord. All this crypto stuff is going to scare the life out of them. Can you super simplify, tell them what it is?
PrepCoin, we created PrepCoin for the prepping community. So it's going to be used between ourselves, and it can be used to trade amongst ourselves as well. Part of the ecosystem that we've built is a shop called Prep Cash, which would be online. You could buy PrepCoin, which would be stored in your own wallet. With that coin, then you can also buy things in the shop. We've designed it this way, so because if you buy in with a debit card or a credit card and things, that can be traced, so they can see who's buying it. So your name's linked to it and things. But with buying with cryptocurrency, the only thing that's linked is the number.
Right.
So that's not going to be linked to you then. So that's one of the utilities of buying PrepCoin.
So it's like an anonymous purchasing.
So yes, sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also have things like discount off different events, such as the Bushcraft Show, and future ones as well, which we're in talks with, which we can't announce at the moment, but there will be other things. And also to vote, because we want to make it a community, we want to make voting system where people can choose where the community takes the project.
Okay. And what kind of ideas have you got for that direction of this? I mean, if I go and buy, I don't know, £200 worth of PrepCoin now, what's the future for me? Is it just using that to buy anonymously? Is it something I could sit on? It's potentially going to go up in value. Is it potentially going to go down in value? Because that's what a lot of people want to know.
We can't. It could go up and it could go down. I can't, legally speaking, I'm not allowed to say, this will go massive, it will go huge, you will make loads of money. And equally, I can't say, you could lose all your money, because it could go either way. But the more people that hold it, the more the coin will increase in value. So I can say that. Also, because we want the community to build around PrepCoin, we've introduced a second coin called PrepStake. Basically, if you hold PrepCoin, it's like in a savings account. You earn the second coin, and you get 7% per year on that token. So the more coins you own, the more obviously then you earn for like the interest rate for the second coin, and that coin for discounts in all different things as well. And so there's a bonus with holding it.
Discounts for what? I mean, who's tied into that? Because obviously, it's all right saying you can get discounts if nobody's, if it's only accepted at Woolworths, they don't exist.
Yeah, I should have mentioned already. We've partnered with the Bug Out. So Lee at the Bug Out. That's who's we partnered with the shop Prep Cash. So it'll be with his products, but going on to our shop, so you'd have money off from his products and future events, that sort of thing.
Okay, that's very interesting. I mean, I rate Lee's shop. It's probably the best prepper dedicated shop in the country. So that's always good to know that he's behind that as well. What does he think of the actual system then? I mean, I don't want to. Don't want you to like take words from his mouth, but how did he receive it when you first pitched this?
He, like you said, he doesn't know much about crypto, and for me to explain, because I've done it for so long, I find it hard to explain without giving all the terminology.
Yeah.
But he at first he thought the idea was great, but he didn't know how it would play with having a shop. So I explained to him about the two token system, where you'd be able to buy things with PrepCoin, but also you'd be able to get the discount if you keep hold of it and just use the second coin. And he liked the idea of that. He also liked the idea of it being a cryptocurrency, because where we go in, a lot of the cryptocurrency is becoming huge at the moment, and all the time is building. So he just wanted to be a part of that as well.
Especially if they get rid of physical cash. A lot of people say cash is king, and they use a lot of physical cash. And trying to go into, as much as like things like this is a wealth preservation technique, trying to go into a shop and physically spend it, it's the values, it's very difficult to do. And I'm sure Lee would accept gold coins if you try to pay him in his shop, but doing the math might not be as easy. So do you kind of see it as a prepper alternative currency for the eventuality of something like that, if there was a centralized digital currency?
Yes, because it can be used to trade for any type of goods, not just like through our shop, but you could use it. For example, if I had something that you wanted, you could give me PrepCoin, send it from your wallet to my wallet, and I could send you the goods out. And then that isn't going through anyone else, so no one else would know about that trade.
Right, okay, so I've sold you this total legal piece of hardware that is absolutely fine for the government to track. You've spent PrepCoin and gave me the PrepCoin for it, and I've sent you the item.
Yeah.
How do I cash that out? Where's that backed from?
You'd have to, there's different, because it would be, we recommend keeping it in your own wallet. And at the moment, we're using one called Phantom Wallet, which is decentralized. So you can store that on your phone, on your laptop, your tablet. When you have that, then you at the moment with that one, you need to move it to an exchange, and that exchange then you can cash out. But there are other wallets that you can cash out directly from there.
Does that lose money in them processes? I'm forever dealing with people like PayPal who take their cut, Is that got that chain?
We've built PrepCoin on the Solana network, which is, I believe, is number 6. in all of the cryptocurrency at the moment.
Right.
We chose that one because of how fast it is and how cheap it is. At the moment, the average cost of moving from PrepCoin from there to an exchange or buying PrepCoin is around about 0.003 pence per transaction.
Wow.
So that's one of the reasons why we chose that.
That's a lot cheaper than PayPal's cut and percentage and stuff like that. Definitely.
Yeah.
I want to play devil's advocate again. You're going to hate me at the end of this.
Right.
So I've spoke to a few people about this bit after we spoke at the Bug Out Weekender. And one of the things I got told to me is, oh, coins like that are just a pyramid scheme.
Right.
What would you have to say to that?
That could be the case. It's with other coins, but that's when people haven't got any utility back behind it. Where we've got at the moment, we've got the Bug Out as a partner. We've got the shop. We've got staking, which is the terminology for it, like keeping like a savings account, so the staking. We've been audited by one of the top audit companies in the world called Cyberscope. They've gone over all the white paper and all the legal side of things and found everything to be correct and no loopholes or anything. That meaning we can't sell our own share, we can't run away with people's money. And since I last saw you, I've been actually KYC'd, which means know your customer, which in crypto terms. And basically that means that I've had my name, my history, my personal house address, everything logged with them. And I've had to do a video call stating all the legal terms and things that I won't run away with the money and things like that. And if there's anything that I like veer off from the legal side of things, they will share on the internet and to anyone who wants my home address and all of my details. So that's the top tier of me having the legal side done.
Yeah. People, again, going back to the people that might not understand this as much, me probably being one of them. Obviously, precious metals and things like that, their value is intricately linked with their availability, right? Surely, if it's a digital currency, there's an infinite source of that. How is the value determined? What is the limit on that?
We've locked some cryptocurrencies have an infinite supply. Some have like 4 trillion, like 2-3 billion. We've locked ours to 10 million. So there will never be any more coins minted or anything other than 10 million.
Right.
As for Bitcoin, there's 21 million of them. And as it stands, Bitcoin's price is around about $108,000. So we've got less than half the amount of Bitcoin in circulation.
Yeah. Well,
So
I assume that the value kind of stays at that flatline base value at the launch price until it starts to run out, as it were. That would then drive that price up, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
cool.
it will fluctuate depending on people's use of it. Like if they're using it as a utility, they're buying things with it, then the price will fluctuate. Also, if they buy and sell, the price will fluctuate. But the reason why I created the pre-sale is to get people in early, so we've got enough liquidity to keep the price at a relatively stable price after the pre-sale.
What's the benefit of a pre-sale?
Is to get people involved in it.
What's the benefit to a purchaser?
Yeah, for the incentive for people to buy in the pre-sale is you will get 20% extra PrepCoin if you buy it now rather than after the pre-sale when the launch.
Okay. I'm trying to preempt all the comments and questions that we're going to get on this. I'm sure we might have to do a follow up at some point.
Yeah.
But just from you to me, right? Nobody's giving financial advice on this channel. Nobody's giving you financial advice. Nobody's telling you what to do. But from you to me, brutally, how badly could it go for somebody? If I spent £100, is even if it's the slimmest chance, is there a chance I could lose all that, or is it something that might start to drop in value and you could easily cash out if you wanted to? Where's the safety net?
You could always cash out. I can't say, like, I haven't got a crystal ball. I can't tell.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm just like saying
in the pre-sale. We've reached around about $8,000 to $8,500 because cryptocurrency is all it's all priced in dollars. We're going to go with that.
Yeah.
So we've raised that much. As far as I'm aware, around 30%, maybe a little bit more, of people who are long-term holders, so they aren't going to be selling for a long while. So that keeps the price steady. Right. The other people then, I'm not quite sure of because I don't know who they are, because that's another benefit of this. All you see is people's numbers. You don't actually see anyone's name or anything, so that's like a privacy part of it.
Yeah.
Then people then could speculate if they were to sell straight away, then the price could go down by 50%. But then when it drops, then what tends to happen is that's when you get the people after the pre-sale buying a lot because the price has gone down. So for anyone who's new to it and see the price go down directly after the pre-sale, the key is not to panic, because that's when people lose the money. You've got to look at it for the longer term, and that's when you could buy back in at a cheaper price because it's gone down slightly, and then that's when the price will go up. But as long as it's not financial advice, but it's good if people would keep it long term and not sell straight away.
Yeah. What does that translate into on actual? Obviously, you said there's a finite amount of 10 million. You've said you've made $8,000 in the dollars in the pre-sale. How much is a coin? Is it $1 a coin? What's the price?
When the pre-sale started 6 months ago, it was 1 cent per coin.
Right. Okay.
As people have bought, it's gone up to, I believe it's around 1.36 cent now. At the time of release, it will range between 1.5 and 1.6 cent per coin. So it's going up at around 50%.
Okay, so that's quite a lot of coins already out there in people's wallets and stuff like that.
There's cool. I think there's about 1.2 million of the tokens in the pre-sale, and the ones which aren't sold are then carried over into the launch, then into the liquidity of the launch. The remaining coins then are locked for 365 days after the launch, which means we can't take them out. They're locked in the exchange. Right. So that's another thing that we can't run away with the money, because we haven't got them. They are locked away. And that's released every time someone buys something.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. Very interesting. Very interesting. As a prepper, then yourself, if it all goes shit, it's the fan. Next month, 2 months' time, is this sustainable for a future of, like, we have a power cut for 3 months and it all comes back on, the banking systems have to come back online, stuff like that? Is this something that would be sustainable, something that could go into the future, even dark future, as it were?
Yeah, it will always be there, because it's built again on the blockchain. I know I mentioned the blockchain. Basically, what a blockchain is a network that's not run off one single computer. It could be thousands of computers. It could be a couple of hundred, but it's all little computers that own one little part of the network. So even if one goes down, the other one still work.
Mm-hmm.
So all these coins are stored on there. So it could be around forever. It won't go away.
Excellent.
So if we do have a blackout, yeah, I know cryptocurrency, we do rely on energy. So that's why it's good to have gold, silver, cash, because that's another version. But as soon as the power's back up, you have 12 words to your wallet. So as long as you remember what 12 words they are, that's your password. You'll always have your coins.
Yeah, you were saying that to me with like more of a peacetime things, but if I was stranded in Mexico and lost my passport
Yeah,
and my wallet and everything like that, as long as I could get access to some sort of terminal, I could
yeah,
still access some sort of funding, right?
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could
So
there could be a massive disaster here with your house, like you've got to leave the country or you've got to leave the town quickly, and you just there. All you got is the clothes you're wearing. As long as you remember them 12 words, you could go anywhere in the world and access that cryptocurrency again. There's also some exchanges and some wallets. I've got a Ledger wallet. It's called. It's like It's a cold storage device which looks like a USB stick.
yeah.
With that comes a debit card, and you could store PrepCoin on the Ledger and swap it then onto the card, swap it to a stable coin, and then put it onto the card, and you can take that card anywhere and take money out of the cash machine as well.
Oh wow!
So
So
it's
it's like got its own exchange rate for just currency wherever.
yeah,
Does that matter with currency either, or is that worldwide?
well, you can worldwide.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
You,
That actually
yeah,
sounds like a reason to have it right there. Like as a
yeah,
prepper in peace times or somebody who's going to travel, that sounds
yeah.
like a really cool tool right
The,
there.
the only thing you need to do is you can't. They don't have because PrepCoin is a decentralized coin. It's not owned by anyone. You'd have to swap that to a stable coin, which is on the card, and then you'd be able to use it anywhere.
But
And
I
I
mean,
believe,
I assume this is just through an app or a website, and it's a click
yeah,
and done sort of thing. Yeah.
yeah. And you can. I believe it's like 10 or 20,000 pounds you can take out at one time from a cash point.
Wow, there you go. Without the bank teller asking you
Yeah,
why you're taking your own money
I,
out,
yeah,
are you
I,
sure you need it and stuff like that? Yeah, that I
yeah.
mean, yeah, definite benefits there
Well,
straight away.
that would be something like down the line. Right now, we're recommending people to store it on a digital wallet, like Phantom Wallet, because
Yeah.
that's the easiest one for people to use. In the future, I would like to do some videos and talk people how to set up a proper wallet, like the Phantom Wallet, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the next step would be then how to set up a Ledger wallet, which is like the USB stick, and
All right.
transfer everything onto there.
What was I just had a brainwave there. The one thing I wanted to ask you was, how affected is this by other digital currency? If like people keep saying it's going to happen, but doesn't, but does, but doesn't, Bitcoin
Yeah,
plummets.
yeah.
Does that affect PrepCoin?
Um, it can do because as a Bitcoin is the biggest one globally, but the downside with the downside with Bitcoin is that it's owned by people like Trump now he's like one of the biggest holders of it. So and BlackRock, I believe, the second biggest holders. So you've
Yeah.
got massive whales, like massive people who own in these or companies that own in it. So if they sell some of that, then the whole market will go down, not just the one coin.
It's not
So
a
it's a
direct.
broader sector. It's not directly.
No, it's not
Um,
directly. It's just like a market correlation.
yeah,
People will see one digital currency going down, so they might
yeah,
panic. Is that what we're saying there?
yeah. But then
Yeah.
each one, because ours is built on the Solana network, it's not linked to
Right.
Bitcoin, not linked to Ethereum. It's a totally separate entity.
Okay.
So but the wider cryptocurrency in general would go down if Bitcoin does, but all the others then fluctuate on their own.
Excellent. Cool. I love the website, by the way. It's for everyone's reference. It's prepcoin.xyz. And also you can have a look at prepcash.xyz, which is kind of the shop. You've got a roadmap on there taking you through everything, like the whole plan. I love how open you are with this and the targets and stuff like that with the planning. So you really have been a quite an open book with it. I've just noticed there, prep stake there. It's that wasn't on there last time I checked. I'm looking at that.
No, that's being built at the moment. That's going to be, as I said, like this, the staking is like the interest, the savings account. Yeah. So when we go live after the pre-sale, if everyone who wants to transfers their money through on prep stake, then that's when they earn 7% of prep stake. So everything's linked together. We're going to have on the website also videos, prepping videos, cryptocurrency videos, like how-tos, guests, speakers on there as well. We aiming to do live webinars and like get-togethers and teaching people different scenarios and that sort of thing. So it's all going to be on
that's
the
your
website.
biggest barrier, the education side of it, because there's a trend of most preppers are like my age and above. Very few in the young, and there is that kind of digital currency scared, something new. But I mean, I love the fact of the Ledger wallet, like you say, the fact you've got a physical card, you could have that anywhere, any currency in the world, and you could take out a quantity of money with that without having all them questions. I've seen videos on YouTube recently saying that they're going to track people that buy certain items, like so. I don't believe it, but some preppers might be worried about that. This is a safe way for them to buy them items without being tracked. So it is really cool. That's about it from my questions list there. Is there anything else you think the people need to know before we leave about the pre-sale is on at the moment, by the way, guys?
On at the moment.
And it's 2 days left, I believe, from today being the Thursday.
Yeah, the 8th of November, I believe it's 12 o'clock. The pre-sale ends. Then the official launch then can take anywhere up to around 24 hours. It depends on how quick PinkSale.finance do it. So also, sorry, if you wanted to go directly, other than going into PrepCoin.xyz for the pre-sale, you can go on to PinkSale.finance and search for prep. And then our token will come up there. And that's where you can see all the details.
Right. Okay. I'll get all the links off you at the end. We can stick them in the section below, in the comments below. But yeah, thank you for joining me. It's been good getting your insight on this. There's a lot of skepticism and it, like I say, but I was speaking to Lee at the bug out. He's on board with it. I saw his signs up when he came to one of the meets. So it'd be good maybe to get one of you guys to come down to the Scottish Prepper meet next year, and you could physically talk to people there as well. And it'd be good explanations. But
we've got there's a lot going on that I can't talk about at the moment with regards of where the project is going.
Good things, though. I hope good things, right?
Really good things, positive things. This concept only came about for the prepping coin around late February. I've had an idea of making my own cryptocurrency because I could see where others are going wrong, and I knew that I could do something. And because I worked with Andrew Price for around 5 years, we were talking. He's just got into cryptocurrency as well, and we decided now's a good time and prepping because it's got such a good community, and it would be great to do a coin for this community.
Yeah.
So that's why we went for it.
Yeah, and you've hit the nail on the head going to Lee's shop first as well. Because I mean, that's where I send people. You know, if it's not one of my Amazon links, it's send them to the bug out to go and get something, sort of thing. So yeah, it's really interesting. You know, maybe if we can get me set up with my wallet and, you know, get me beyond the digital dinosaur kind of thing, we can start accepting it for the merch on the channel. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Kris, from PrepCoin, very much for your time. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, I will wait and look at the questions, and maybe after launch, get you back on the channel for a chat, a live chat, so people can ask you questions if you're up for it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you very much for watching this. Love to hear your comments and thoughts on this below. Thanks to Kris to taking the time out to come and explain all this to us. And we will see you in another one really soon. Goodbye.